And hello, this is Simply Free Little Talk, and I am the host, Free Little. Tonight we have an amazing artist. We can't just label him to one genre. He is so phenomenal in everyone that he operates in. So, without further ado, I'm going to include Mr. Reggie Jamz.
How you
Hello,
doing?
Mr. Reggie.
How you doing? Good evening.
I'm good. I'm real good, Reggie. Just glad that you're joining us tonight.
Yeah, I just got through hunting.
You got to hunting. What did you hunt, Reggie?
I'm a man of the world, so I hunt a lot of stuff.
You hunt a lot of stuff. Oh God. Okay, y'all. You never know what Reggie gonna say. But that's what I love about him. Reggie is well known in the Houston, Texas area to go out and bring a show that you cannot forget. He is one that I have seen personally in concert. He brings a show and he's not half stepping in anything that he does. Now, Reggie, we can't just pinpoint you to R&B. We can't just pinpoint you to even Zydeco. We can't even pinpoint you to old school music. So how would you say that you represent yourself when you are on the stage?
I just try to do music for everybody, especially my culture. So yeah,
And you
just try to get the best of my culture and make it as black as possible.
make it as black as possible. Well,
Hmm.
Reggie, I had the pleasure last year to join you on your birthday in Austin, Texas. That was such a great honor to hang out with you for your birthday and see you just bring it. Guys, when Reggie walks in the club, hey, Carolyn Jones, when Reggie walks in any nightclub, restaurant, whatever that is, that the venue that he's performing at, if I tell you, people know him. But it's not even about that. It's not that hype. It's how cool he is. Reggie is someone that just walks in and he's ready to do what he got to do, and he loves music. So when did your love for music develop?
It's just it's been with me something I've you know had dealt with my whole life. So the good and the bad. So
Like I say, you dealt with it.
it's a gift and a curse. Everything is. So um,
Oh,
you take the positives with the negatives.
okay. I like that. I like that. I like that you check the positives and the negatives and you deal with what you have to do with each one of them. I appreciate that. I
Mhm.
can see that. I can see that. So when I see you perform, you need to have everything right. The sound has to be right because you give it your all. So you expect that from the musicians. You expect that from even the crowd to appreciate and embrace the fact that I'm up here doing what I love to do. And you engage with your audience a lot. What's that all about?
Just making people feel good. And, just being a stand-up person, trying to be a stand-up person. And, just it's all about having a good time.
It's all about having a good time. Well, you have a question from Miss Felicia Burns. She said, "Why a curse, Reggie? Why a curse?
Why I be cursing?
Why a curse? Why would you say that it's a blessing and a cursing regarding your singing and your
Oh,
skill, your
I
talent,
mean,
your
'cause,
craft?"
all gifts come with good things and bad things. So you know, it's easy to throw those talents away sometime when you experience the bad things.
Yeah,
So
I can
you
understand that
gotta
as
embrace,
well.
you gotta embrace the whole experience.
And that's good. And you handle what most people would say spotlight attention, celebrity status, performer status, people recognizing you just on sight or your style. How is it that you're so cool and laid back? And and I know you on a personal level now. So how is it that you keep that mindset that, hey, this is just what I'm doing?
Uh, I have to credit it to my dad. I have my dad in my life, so a lot of times when you have a man in your life, it just teaches you a bunch of things. So, my mom could only elevate me so far. So you get your dad, it just kind of solidifies a lot uh more things about life as you, especially as you get older,
Mhm.
and just realize that it's not about it's about your job, performing, and music is my job. It's been my life, but it's my job. So when I come there, especially when somebody, spends money,
Mhm.
whether it's the consumer or the client or both, and hey, I gotta bring it. So that's just what it is. I don't get caught up in. I'm from Houston, so I had the opportunity to grow up with a lot of my celebrities that I looked up to, Pimp C and Lil Kiki and Lil
Hi,
Flip.
Ty. Yeah. So
You
you had
know,
all of those individuals around you growing up, right?
but not necessarily just around me. Zero. I grew up with these people, so I just, I mean, I don't know. Houston is a different place. It's like I guess that's why we the most southern, most populated city. Well, Miami maybe, but I mean, it's just we just got our own thing. It's not about showing the world what you have. It's just about having it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I like that you said, actually I always love what you say. Let me just share something with you guys about Reggie. Reggie is a awesome dynamic father. You gave props to your dad, so I'm gonna give you yours today. You get your flowers from Miss Free today because I know your grind, I know your labor. I in your labor of love is real. He's about his business, guys. It's a pleasure working with you. It's a pleasure seeing you get your grind on. I love it. I love it. Reggie's serious. He's one of these artists that if you want him to do R&B, he gonna give it to you. You gonna get it. You gonna get old school. You gonna get the new school. You gonna get the new school flavor. So you know what I'm leading to. One of my favorite songs that Reggie. He's also a writer. He writes his own music. Is Shiny and New. Tell us what
Mm.
inspired you about Shiny and New, kind of bringing that old school twist.
Well, it's this song by The Whispers called Olivia, Lost and Turned Out.
Yeah.
And so I always like The Whispers growing up. And so I do, I'm inspired by a lot of artists. And so on that particular song, I just, I wanted to do like my little tribute to The Whispers. So I like them. They swag, they just chill guys.
Oh, Reggie has quite a historical journey in the music industry. He's seen some greats. He's had some greats to come and see him. Tell us who came to see you after your show was almost over, but made you do a whole well asked for you to do a whole show over, and how did that manifest? Hello, Miss Keisha Simmons Simpson.
Well, I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of people.
Yes,
Um, but the most important person is the next person to me. And
yes,
so
that's
I,
true.
everybody is somebody. And so I don't put people on pedestals and stuff like that. They might be at a higher level in their industry or something, but everybody is just as important as the mother that's at my show or the man that's working behind the bar or the waitresses. I don't get caught up in idolizing uh, men. I'm a fisher of men. And so I
That's
want the husbands to bring their wives back. That's how you keep good relationships. And so I'm a man about business, and I don't get caught up in
you are.
titles, and, Jesus is my
Yeah, Jesus is
God.
popping. He is. Hey, Miss Morgan. But Reggie, one of the things that I can honestly say when you're on that stage again, like I said, you give your all, but you feel your audience. Is that something you grew into, or is that something that God just gave you naturally to sense what I need to give them now?
Yeah. Um. Well, you know, it's just you got to know your people. I know
Many
I've
people.
been black a long time, so
I'm so glad to hear that. I didn't know.
when you work on something long enough, it's like with any other craft, you just
But with your R&B, with your reggae, I was like, wow, you do all of that, Reggie. But oh man, your gospel, you can go anywhere with your gospel and make people in that audience just feel the presence of God. Every time I listen, I know the first time I heard you sing a gospel song, minister a gospel song, let me not say sing, minister a gospel song, I was like, wow, you really do bring in the anointing. And I know you've heard that all your life because you grew up. That was your first area of singing, correct?
Yeah, I've been singing a long time.
Yeah.
I, I don't know. It's a connection.
It's a connection. It is. And you do very well in connecting with your audience. But I want people to know, how can they find you, because you're a busy man. You're a busy man. You're asked for in different states. Thank God. You're asked for in Houston, all throughout Houston. All throughout Houston. People are calling
I
for
go
you.
wherever. I go wherever. You
Wherever
check.
you're asked to go. Yeah, yeah. Boys
So
on the menu. Boys on the
I'm
menu.
not limited.
Hallelujah.
I'm a citizen of the United States now.
Yes. That's
Whoever
right.
know
That's
me,
right.
wherever they from, it don't matter. And I'm from Houston, my home base,
Yep,
my hood.
you are.
But I'm not limited to. My music is online, so it's all over the world.
Yes,
So
it is. And well
I'm,
known. Well known. Well known. You have really.
it's just for people that follow that
Hey,
that,
Miss
that follow
Tanya.
the team. It's
I'm
just
Miss
for people that
Norman.
follow.
Just want to greet the people as they're coming in and saying, blessed evening and just hello to you, Reggie. And I think that's nice that people are coming in and they want to say hi to Reggie Jamz. But
Oh, yeah.
Reggie is multi-talented. You can find him, like I said, in any genre. He can kill it. He can kill it. He can kill it. He can bring it home. So one of the things that people may know, because like I said, people do follow you on social media, you have a smooth sounds. I call it the smooth sounds of Reggie Jam. Everything you sing, it has this amazing bring you in and make you feel it. If you guys see any clips from his performances when he is in Houston at the night spots that he's called to very often,
I
uh,
perform. I do all kinds of events.
he does all kind of
I do all kinds
birthdays,
of things.
anniversaries, you
I'm
name
just an artist. I just
it.
perform. I'm not into all of them titles and naming places. I'm from Houston. That's the most important thing. I happen to perform here a lot. I just I'm a man. I'm a person.
Yeah,
I'm not limited to Houston or weddings or anything. I perform all. I do I have my own concerts. We do
that's true.
wherever.
That's true. That is so true. And he'll come to a restaurant, like he said, weddings, and they want him to just come and hang out for the barbecue. Just make sure that there's a fee. There's a fee. He is a performer, and he's going to give it to you. And he comes with his band. But if you just want to hear him sing a little something, he knows how to work it, and that's what I admire about you as well. So Reggie, like you said, you're a Houston native, grew up in Houston. Your roots are here in Houston, Texas, and you just want to do what you called to do, and that
I
is
mean,
an art.
I'm doing
You're
what I'm.
doing, you're doing it. Yes, he is. He's doing it well. And you're doing it well. And you're doing it well. Well, Miss Free love to do wisdom nuggets. Love wisdom nuggets because I believe that with us in what I don't care what your music industry, whatever you're doing, you can be an actor or whatever. You can just be the dog catcher. You can provide wisdom. Every man is your teacher. So, I admire the fact that you always give some wisdom, and I love your boldness to be who you are, your authentic self every time I talk to you, Reggie. I don't care what time of day or night it is. Where does that come from? Just to be transparent.
I mean, like again, I want to credit the men in my life, my
Yeah,
grandfather, and my dad.
yeah,
It's important for men to be raised by men.
yeah.
So when you're raised by men, you're not the scriptures say jellyback person. So when you stand for something, you just stand on it.
And I love that, but a lot of people don't even realize how diverse you are in the word, how you really do know how to rightfully divide the word of truth, and you live by those things. And so give us some of those nuggets that you live by that make you Reggie, Reginald, who people know you by your real name, but Reggie Jamz, even the artist, lives by those standards. So give us a little wisdom nuggets.
I mean, I'm just running my race like everybody else. I'm not, again, I don't idolize myself or other people. I don't give people titles, and I don't. And if they have a title, is you're still a human, a person. So
First.
again, I don't idolize man. There's no in any sector that you work in, whether it's medicine or music or it's education. Um, I don't get caught up in who that's teacher of the year or the principal or respect everybody. And I respect everybody wholeheartedly. And I think that's the key in life. If you respect people, and then the reciprocity should be understood. And if not, then it will be understood.
And I'm gonna take it a step further because of personal relationship with you, getting to know the man that you are and the man that I see you even becoming even the more as we both progress in life. I see not just the transparency, but the man that's willing to own his errors, to state the truth and stand on it. How important as it is, not just for a man, but for an individual, a human being, to stand for what they believe in.
When it comes to everybody at different times, either it's on you and you're steady trying to refine it as you get older.
Mm.
But I mean, we all works in progress again. So we're all running our own race. And so there's no advice I can give you except through my actions and through the things that I do.
That's so
I can
good.
tell you anything. So again, I don't get caught up in anything that people say or um, you know, especially as you get older. But it's not
Mhm.
a quality of mind I've always had. You again, it's an evolution. A man is an evolution. It's not you can be a shell of a man. I can be
Mhm.
have man attributes or body parts, but not necessarily have the man mentality. So again, it's a constant evolution. It is the same thing with being a woman. You would think that being a woman would define it to be a certain thing, but then when you meet other certain sisters, they don't have women tendencies. So it's
Yeah.
very important that everybody understand that it's a constant evolution to go from being a little girl to being a woman. And so it's not just by your physical attributes, but it's about your mentality. And so you got it's a constant race for everybody to not only humanize each other. So when Will Smith slapped somebody on stage, we've seen that every day. And that's not the standard for Black America because Black people die every day and nobody makes a fuss about it. And white people die every day. And so it's not any confusion about it. So if January 6th is not the standard for white people, then Will Smith slapping somebody is definitely not the standard for me because I probably would have did the same thing. And so nobody knows what they'll do until they do it. And
That's a very strong point right there.
I've been in the position of the slapper and the slappee. So
Yes, you have.
especially as a
Yes,
man,
you
so
have.
when I hear a lot of women or anybody commenting on things, especially with men behavior, it's hard to qualify because it's our mentalities, let alone our physical attributes, are totally different.
Mm.
So, what's offensive to you, and you offended my wife, and I've never been married, but what I was told is a wife and man and husband are one. So you're not offending my wife, you offended me, and so you got everybody handles it differently. But hey, at the end of the day, it has to be handled.
Okay. And that's your wisdom nuggets. And that's what I know you to express daily in your delivery of just everyday life. You're very vocal. You're very transparent in your expressions of any matter. It can be what's going on in the world. I've seen your passion for just someone who you have discovered by the news media that was murdered or whatever it is. And it doesn't matter the race. You're very in tune with society, and that's good. So share with us, where was your college? What was the college that you attended?
I went to PVM, Prairie View A&M for a little while.
Yes,
No,
yes.
no, something to do.
Told you that was my mother's university. Yeah. I didn't.
Wonderful.
Yes, yes. You followed some greats.
Yeah.
So is there
Great
any?
people come out of PV. You know.
I know you know. Yes, but I'm not PP. But it's okay. It's okay. You're still good people. I told you that when we was in the studio together. All right? You still good people. But Reggie, you are someone who's very creative. And what I love the most about you, other than your transparency and your brutally honest person, I love the fact that you're so creative, but you don't have nothing. When he says that he's not about titles, he mean that. I was just amazed at how he can compose and write, and you can just come up with a song just anytime. But you love old school music.
Right.
Yeah, you do. So there's
I
an
mean, y'all can call it again. Like I said, I don't get caught up in titles. It's just
yeah,
music. I mean,
it's music to
it was old school when I was young, so I don't know when it became start becoming old school. I don't know when this title
you.
the title came from radio programming and stuff. So like again, and
True.
that's from them folks. So again, I don't get caught up in labels and titles. I really don't. I just like good music. If it's good, I like it.
Yes, good
It
music,
don't
good
matter if
music.
it's old school, new school. It don't matter. It's just good music.
It's
You
just
know,
good
I don't get
music.
caught up in all of that stuff. I don't get. That bothers me because it's just music. It's timeless apparently. So how is it old? Because to some people it's new. So it's nothing new under the sun anyway. So and
That's
King
true.
Solomon said that
Very
in
true.
ancient times.
You yeah.
And if he said that in quote unquote ancient times, then ancient times can be no different than modern times. So yes, I don't get it. I just like good music. Anything good
You
music,
do.
I
You have
love
a strong passion for music. So I'm gonna throw some things at you. This is what I was building up for. Sam Cooke.
the greatest of all time.
I love it. I love it. The Temptations.
They David Ruffin was the best thing that ever happened in the
I knew you was going there. I was get. You know I'm messing with you. I know. I know your answers. I
That's my
love it.
guy. That's my guy. I don't care.
Tell us why.
David
Tell us
Ruffin. They
why.
didn't win a Grammy at 68.
Look,
You
you
know
know
that came
history,
out?
guys. You
But
know that music.
it don't matter. They wouldn't let niggas in the Grammys. But
They
that's
don't
my guy.
let you.
They wasn't shit without. He wasn't lying. He was not lying when he said that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make Michael Jackson.
Greatest of all time, new school.
New school. Greatest of all time. New school. I like that you put that. Okay. Let me see. Anybody else want to ask him about some artists that you admire? And because he know, trust me, I don't care who you throw at him, he can tell you something about him and he gonna throw
James
some
Brown
years
is
in
like
there.
the GOAT. James Brown is James Brown is the
James
blueprint.
Brown. I was going
James
there. James
Brown is the
Brown. We know
blueprint.
you love James Brown.
James Brown the blueprint. He is the map. If you can't them other artists I'm calling them, but James Brown is the map. If
He's
you
the
need
man.
it on Google Maps, he Google Maps.
Okay. Well, you know I'm gonna throw that monkey wrench. Joe Tex.
He was cool. Good, good
You
songs.
just said he was cool.
Yeah, good songs. Here. My mama liked Joe Tix.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was
Your
cool.
mama has great taste.
He had good songs. He had good songs.
He has good
He could
songs.
have been better than what he was, but he was too busy running after James Brown.
We ain't going there. There's some things with history on that. So, Force MDs, Tender Love.
It's cool. Good song. For some D's like that, like they great producers. You know, they songwriters and producers. They up there in the top two.
Okay, I like hearing that. I like hearing that. I spoke to Stevie D the other day, so he's gonna come on the show. So I'm really glad. Tanya Jones says Shirley Caesar. Now he knows
Oh,
church people too.
that's
Now
mother. That's
you know
mother.
you love her.
She great.
She's
Great.
great.
OG.
Yeah, Yolanda Adams, Houston's own.
Oh yeah, I love. I know her. She's
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. You
It,
guys sung together, right?
she's the Whitney Houston. She's the Whitney Houston
Yeah,
of
yeah,
right.
yeah. And you
Yeah.
sung with Beyonce. You have a
I ain't
beautiful
seen
song
her.
together.
You
You have a
something.
beautiful song.
Oh, I got a record, yeah. But I
Come
mean,
on.
with because I wish somebody told me she heard that. Somebody told me she heard my remix too.
Oh, she heard it. Okay, good, 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 good.
I got a remix
Okay,
called 1+1, 2 - 1 that I did. You can just
nice.
if you Google Reggie Jamz, it'll come up.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get to the Googling of Reggie Jamz. You guys, y'all mean I'm gonna tell the audience, you must. After hearing this man, he's one who stands for his rights and your rights. That's what I love about Reggie. It's not about Miss Free and whatever she's going through. It's he's concerned about everybody involved in the whole equation. And that's what I love because most people want to take sides or stand for this and stand for that. Okay, someone says, Miss Carolyn Jones says, what about Frankie Beverly and Maze?
Oh yes, great.
He says, oh
Marvin Gaye discovered them, which makes sense.
man,
He's the
that's
man
what I was
that
going to ask you, Marvin
did-
Gaye.
They just, I don't know, something about them. They are the Southern sound. But even when you come
Yes,
to
Frankie's so
Cisco,
cool.
I don't know. They just a good vibe. They remind me, I hate the comparisons, but I guess
Yeah.
if we would compare, they like the Eagles.
My uncle and Frankie Beverly were cool. They would meet up in Louisiana and hang out, and I mean, just cool
Well, I
people,
mean, yeah, you're right,
just
because
real, like
really is
yourself, just
Frankie
cool
Beverly.
people. What's that?
It really is just Frankie Beverly. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's just Frankie, but it's cool. It's cool. It is. So
they got
Stevie
wow,
Wonder, Stevie
people,
Wonder, Reggie.
great artists.
Karen say she love her some maize, but you gotta listen to Reggie Jamz too, because I'm asking him about all these different artists because Reggie's music is smooth like that. It's soothing and it takes you back. He has an old school song. I'm gonna say it again, shiny and new, and I like it because it reminds me of all the artists that we kind of talked about and what they put out back then and how they were. Because you said the Whispers earlier, because he honors them by this particular song. So you guys throw some other artists out. I'm telling you, Reggie, he can tell you some history on them.
Yeah, well, life is what it
Yeah.
is.
Oh, I thought somebody hit through another. They said I was Miss Carolyn Jones said she's gonna have to listen to you. Well, when you listen to Reggie Jam, you're gonna hear some smooth sounds. I mean, you can listen to him gospel, reggae. Just tell them all the things that you sing. Let me hear.
Music,
I mean, there's
good
you say
music.
music, but
I do good music. I don't.
definitely,
You'll
definitely.
be surprised how that I've been a performer a long time. So when you talk to people, you ask me how do I read a room. You keep it simple with folks. Out of that, when you start labeling and stuff, you exclude people. And so I don't exclude people because my music doesn't. So I just make good music, man. It's for
He
whoever
sings
likes
Tennessee
good
whiskey.
music.
Look, I'm telling you, he takes
I don't
Tennessee
care about
whiskey, guys, and he has a great version of it. So I would say definitely going to check him out right after the interview. But check him out, and you will call me, Miss Morgan. You will. You're gonna call me, and you're gonna say, "Man, I'm gonna start listening to him." Ray Charles, come on, Ray Charles. Did we say Ray Charles already? I thought we said Ray Charles.
They
Oh, we
Charles
did.
changed the name too. You guys, great singers. Great. I mean, anybody you name is great. I mean, they that's
Yeah,
why God
that's
looked at
good, Miss
them.
Tanya. Minister Tanya said Ray Charles. Yeah, Ray Charles, he just had a very unique style. And Stevie Wonder,
I
yeah,
mean, a lot of these guys are barrier breakers. So I mean, they looked at the game. Ray Charles brought country music, to the mainstream. So I mean, it was. I mean, you can't. There's nothing I can say that they legacy already didn't say.
yes. Come on, I love that you always give props to others and really do acknowledge the gifts in other people. Period. And one last artist, and then we gonna give it to just the next thing after this. I just want to ask you about one artist in particular, Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah,
Tell
good.
me, Rainbow in the Sky and oh, someone said the Temptations. Oh, did we say the Temptations already? I'm not sure. I know we said the Whispers. Or maybe I asked about the Temptations.
Stevie was good. Stevie was good
Yeah,
too.
yeah, Stevie was good. So I know you have your all-time favorites. I know that these guys do, but Luther Vandross. I was gonna say Luther. Tell me about Luther. What did you think about Luther in his? And I say it like that, like, because Luther, he just was amazing as a performer.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. When you do the work, you understand it. So
Yeah,
I get it, man. It's just when
you do.
you are able to lift you up and you able to do things with it, it's amazing. It's not it's not a spook thing to me or some superpower. It's just, hey, man, you excellent at your craft and you put in the time and the work and the energy and the space to make it happen.
Reggie, I'm so proud of you as the man that you are, as the performer that you are, as a father, and one who honors his parents like you do. I just think so much of you and highly. I call him my son, y'all. That's my heart. I just call Reggie and say, "How you doing, baby? Are you good today?" I said, "Miss
Yeah.
Friend, I'm good. I'm good."
Mm.
you know, and I love it. He's just really down to earth. And I'm gonna tell him how I knew you was my kind of man. French's chicken, guys. A man that loves French's chickens, he had my heart.
Mm.
We ate
Right.
our first French, and we haven't gone back there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't care about going back. It was so high. Shit.
You didn't have to pay for it that day.
That
We got
little piece of
fast.
that little shit. Mm-mm.
You said it was expensive. Yeah, he's so down to earth. Oh, Miss Tanya, that's an understatement, sister. Oh, sometimes I just be like, really, Reggie? But I
Yeah,
love
I'm an earth sign. I'm an earth sign, so I guess that's in my favor.
he is authentic. He is so real. And one thing I love about Reggie being in my life is I know that I'm gonna get the truth from him. Right, wrong, ugly, or indifferent. And that's the kind of people you want in your circle. So yes, he is very down to earth. And sometimes he can say some things that you be like, what? But then you think about it and say, yeah, it made sense. And he's biblically founded. He has a foundation. He's a serious foundation. Because he's made me look up some stuff. So thank you for that. Thank you for being authentic. Thank you for enjoying your craft. Thank you for being an artist that truly loves what you do, and it shows on every time I see you. Every time, I get to see the footage of what you did, because Miss Free go to bed, but I wake up when I know you're done performing it. Like, how Reggie, how was it tonight? But I love it. You kill it every time.
I thank God for it.
Yeah, yeah,
Nothing
you
without
do.
it.
You
Nothing
do.
without it. And again, we just got to remember that we have to stop elevating folks and categorizing
Yeah,
folks and doing
that's
all that.
good.
I'm black. I'm a black man, but all black people don't think alike. So all
Okay,
white people don't think alike because all white people ain't white. So you gotta remember that.
okay, that's true. I
I mean,
sense.
the truth is oftentimes inconvenient.
Mm, that's some wisdom nuggets. Now you just been dropping some nuggets the whole time you've been on here, and I really appreciate that, because that's what I love. I love the platform is set up for people to come on and speak their truth, and to be able to be authentic and share what they're doing. And you share with us your gift that God has given to you. Miss Tanya Jones says, "I see the favor of God on his life when he opened his mouth," and that is so true.
God bless you. Sis.
Yeah, yeah. And then Miss Morgan says, I sense that just in she said, I sense that in just a short time of hearing him. And Miss Carolyn Jones said, truth is oh yeah, it's inconvenient to some people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
He
mean, it's
stands on that one,
inconvenient
Carolyn. You
because
sound like you already met him.
yeah, I mean, these sisters understand. Those sisters understand exactly what I'm saying
Yeah.
earlier about being a man. Is the women are there to help
Yes.
and support, not when a woman is able to control a man, then she gotta. That's not a man. That's a shell of a man. A man
Mm.
is supposed to be able to give instruction, no matter what his age, and because a woman respects her son, a young son,
Yeah.
because a woman can only do so much. So it's up for the man to complete that other 50% of the puzzle. And so, not saying that women aren't capable or none of that. That's for the women that don't think like women.
Mhm.
See, a woman knows her place. Anybody else, other names, they get out of order.
Mm.
And it goes for
Y'all hear
men
that,
too.
ladies?
That
This
goes for men.
and he's a
It's the
gentleman.
same goes for everybody. Everybody has a time and place. That's like me getting in the women business.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if it ain't man business, I see. I don't argue with women or wives. You know what I'm saying? So that's see the decorum. So it's a time and place. Because a man that'll argue with a woman, he got to be checked by a man. See, there's nothing a woman can do. A man has to get to the bottom of that. So,
You
I
better
mean, that's
keep
just how
speaking
life is.
wisdom. I love it. I say keep speaking that wisdom. I'm in agreement. Yes, I love it. But Reggie, you are very respectful too, and we're gonna wrap it up with knowing that where we can find you. And like I told you, he is in Houston hotspots. A lot of restaurants and after hour places, just places where you can go and relax um, and enjoy good music. And that's what Reggie brings. So I'm encouraging you guys, if you want a good night and you want to hear some great sounds and his range, oh my God, his range. So tell them some of the places that you perform. I know you can't name them all, but just some like maybe within this week.
Don't get into all that. Just follow
Yeah,
me. It's all about
yeah.
me.
Tell them to follow you because he's always changing up. It's a lot of
Just
places, a lot
follow
of
me.
places.
I don't get caught up in play. I don't because them places up to
You
be there today and gone tomorrow. So I don't get
That's
just
true. You
follow
taught
me.
me that one. You taught me that one.
Again, it's another one. I'm trying to take. Just focus on. I don't get. There's a lot of There's a lot of people that performed in the Staples Center, but it's not called that no more. You see what I'm saying? So I don't get caught up in none of that stuff. Just keep it simple. Keep it what
Keep.
it is.
Well,
Don't
that's
go
what he tell
outside
me.
of it.
I love that about it. He do. He make me keep it all simple. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Reggie. One more thing. Tanya Jones said the favor has made room for you,
My
Reggie. So keep being on fire for the Lord, and that He is.
right. That's Sister
I would
Motion.
love for you to do a Bible study live one day. It will blow people's mind. The wisdom that you have, and it comes from what your dad teaching you as well. It's just you really are a studied man. I love that you really a learned man. You know how to study and present God's word. It's so refreshing to hear it from a young man.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I do love that. And I
That's
love
wonderful.
me some Reggie. I tell him all the time, I love you, Reggie. I do. I love what God has done in your life and what He's doing. More is on your menu. So I thank you for this time. Was there anything you want to share with everyone? You gave us some serious nuggets. You got some men thinking and some ladies, excited to hear that a young man understands how to be a man because he has great respect for a lady. Great respect. I mean, I know personally, you always give me the utmost respect, and I thank you for that. I thank you for that. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Well,
And
like I said, it's been a constant evolution. This is the man I am today. It's easy to speak from this position today, but yesterday I wasn't quite the man I was today. So, like I said, it's a constant uh, running your race and finishing your course
yes,
and keeping your faith. And if everybody can learn to do that, then the world will be better.
absolutely. Well, y'all heard it here from Reggie Jamz. You heard a lot of wisdom nuggets throughout his entire conversation. That's the interaction that I get, and I love it. And I just wanted to bring you on, and I'm glad you called me today and say I'm ready. So when the man of God say he's ready to go forth, you gotta fall in line. And I thank you, Reggie. Look at this smile. It's so cute. I tell you, Reggie just blessed my heart. That's my son, y'all. I thank God for him. I can't take you from your parents, but I tell you bless my heart and you make this young lady over here feel good about life, to see that a young man has the respect for ladies as you do, that has the type of wisdom that you have. And I know this is not about a big head with you because he's just really humble. He's just going, it is what it is with him. So let me say this. Hallelujah. Tanya Jones said this. Miss Lakeitha Morgan said most definitely. Miss Tanya Jones said, which is much needed in the world to teach young boys and young men. And Miss Carolyn Jones ended with truth.
Wonderful. Well, I
Thank you,
mean,
Reggie.
it's only validation that the word of God is sound. That's not my words; those God's words. So that's good.
Yeah. So where can we find you? What is your social media
You can
page?
find me. at Reggie Jamz on Facebook, official Reggie Jamz or Reggie Jamz. Just type in Reggie Jamz on your phone, anywhere, JAMZ, and I'll come up probably half naked or something, or you. I don't know what.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Um,
Yeah, he does that. You want me to tell it? He be posing y'all with his shirt like Reggie.
I mean,
But
you
it's all
got it.
about what he.
You
It's all
got
about
it. You
this.
flown it. I have it. So
But I love this. It's just he is who he is, and he's a good man, and I love you for that. Keep it
God
up.
bless.
One more thing. Thank you for the message and the message tonight. That's
Oh, wonderful,
Reggie. That's for
wonderful.
you, dear. That is for you. So you be blessed. Thank you. May the blessings of the Lord make it rich and add no sorrow to your life, Reggie, and continue to be the man that I see that God has placed on the inside of you, His Spirit. So be
Amen.
blessed,
Amen.
Reggie. Love
I
you
appreciate
more, babe.
God.
Oh, I tell you, that Reggie Jamz. Oh, and I received my blessing from him. I just thank God that he is the man that he is. I think that he has grown to and still growing. And that's what I love about. He's so humble. He's like, Miss Free, I'm not there where I want to be. And in regards to he knows that it's a process, all of us. But that's good. And I love that he was able to come on as an artist and tell you I'm a man. I'm not about titles and all of that, who he sung with and where he performs. He's just doing what God gave him. He said it's God's gift. So it's not his to be bragging and boasting about. So you heard it firsthand from Reggie Jamz. He shared with you where you can find him, social media, you know, pull up Reggie Jamz and you'll find him and you'll find where he's playing. I follow him on IG and you can find where he's performing. So I would suggest have a girls' day, guys out, couples night. Enjoy yourself because Red Jams, you're going to get your money's worth. Trust me, you will get your money's worth. So I'm signing off from Simply Free Little Talk. I'm the host, Free Little. Thank you and look forward to more interviews with some interesting, unique, authentic, intellectually sound minded, and spiritually led individuals right here on the Simply Free Little Talk. Thank you.